Yeah, man, enjoying the interview, you know.
No. It's not an interview. She gonna correct you. It's a conversation.
Oh,
It's
conversation.
a conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
Conversation. I like that.
And once again, people, thank you for being here. We said time is precious, so thank you for spending your time with me and Tap the Soul.
Say hi, Tap.
Hi, Tap.
Time I decide to have an in conversation with DJ Smiles. Remind me to give him a specific script to speak from. Please and thank you. Will I DJ on Twitch? I don't know. Who knows? But I want to have conversations. Not interviews, it's conversations. Teamwork. That's what I said, Doc.
Turn on your notifications. Let me do this in English. Yes, please turn on your notifications so you know when Tap the Soul is live and you can hear further conversations like these.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, man, enjoying the interview, you know.
No. It's not an interview. She gonna correct you. It's a conversation.
Oh,
It's
conversation.
a conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
Conversation. I like that.
And once again, people, thank you for being here. We said time is precious, so thank you for spending your time with me and Tap the Soul.
Say hi, Tap.
Hi, Tap.
Time I decide to have an in conversation with DJ Smiles. Remind me to give him a specific script to speak from. Please and thank you. Will I DJ on Twitch? I don't know. Who knows? But I want to have conversations. Not interviews, it's conversations. Teamwork. That's what I said, Doc.
Turn on your notifications. Let me do this in English. Yes, please turn on your notifications so you know when Tap the Soul is live and you can hear further conversations like these.
Yes.
Okay.
Hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I loud enough? Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to turn on the camera in a moment. Let me do this. So you're going to hear all kind of shuffling and noise. Okay. In the West and in the, oh, y'all got jokes. You all got jokes. Okay. So, can you see this? No, you can't see that. Oh, that's not good. Hold on. We have to work on that. Let me see. You know what? We're not going to fiddle with that right now because today is just not that day. Yeah. Hi, beautiful people. Hello. Happy Sunday. I do hear voices. I hear voices too all the time, apparently. Who do we have here? Or feedback? Oh, hold on. Okay, you guys can hear me clearly, right? Like you normally can, yes? Y'all got jokes. Y'all got jokes. It's okay now. Okay, so it was me. I had my phone open and I guess my mic wanted to pick that up. So I thought I would be able to share with you. I'm having technical challenges today. It is testing me loudly today. But I want to try to see if I can get this to work again. So I'm going to try this again. Hey, it works. Yes, there we go. T.E. Dennis, welcome in, beautiful soul. Happy Sunday. Apple Blossom, my mod, hello. My neighbor from around the corner, down the street, over the bridge, Miss Olox, hello, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And you guys can see the flyer. Okay, this is progress. So I don't know what I did earlier, why I couldn't see it. Huh. Yeah, so normally I have like a whole pretty slide thing that I do, and you guys see all the things that I have coming up for the month, and it's all fabulous and whatever. For some reason, the version that I was playing with, Six Boss, hello, beautiful, Miss out of jail. The criminal is free. Please give Miss Six Boss a shout out. Okay, let me remove this for now because, you know, I'm going to break something else. Okay. DJ Chris Camouflage, hey, do you stream on Twitch, by the way? I have yet to see you go live, or I'm just not paying attention to my notifications. Please give the gentleman a shout. Good morning, Just Chance. Wow, that's surprising that you're here. Nice of you to join me on You Gave Up. Chris Camouflage, you can't give up. You cannot give up. Tell me why you gave up. I'm curious to know. I know some DJs and streamers, you know, we try a thing and you know how that goes. But yeah, this is a test. Like I'm testing to see how this is going to play out right about now. I normally do not turn on a Sunday. I'm normally on the couch socializing and carrying on bad in people's chats on a Sunday. But here I am with all of you. So Just Chance again. Good morning. Happy Monday, love. I am surprised you're here, but thank you. Thank you for joining us. We're going to talk for less than an hour. And then we're going to raid over to Snakey the Legend, who will be going live, who is also a part of the upcoming Volume 7 raid. So, Chris Camouflage, you gave up on streaming. I wish I got an opportunity to experience. Do you play live somewhere? Do you have mixes somewhere on Mixcloud or SoundCloud or where else is there? I don't even know. It's not what God wants me to do. I respect that. I absolutely respect that. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. You show up like every time I turn on. I appreciate that. That's dope. If you can give him a shout out, which you did, if we can find you on Mixcloud or SoundCloud, let us know. And we'll be sure to give you a follow there and get some of your music and some of your vibes. Just Chance, like why? Six Boss, you're in bed? It's Sunday. I'm going to leave that alone. Thank you for joining us, Six Boss. Just Chance, let me hydrate. Why are you up so early or up so late? Up so late. Six Boss flu, eh? Listen, as you see me sipping water, I sneezed the other day and I was just like, yeah, I'm not okay with that. It was like that panic. Yeah, Apple Blossom. See, I was gonna ask that question, and I thought, let me just behave myself on a Sunday and not do that. You had a nap and now you're awake. Thank you for being here. Six Boss, I'm sorry that you are sick, but I love me some Neocitrin, so I will usually like double dose that until I started learning that you're not supposed to have too much of it. But it hits the spot, it knocks you out. You wake up pretty much, sweating and delusional the next day, but you feel better. That's the most important piece. Who else is here? T.E. Dennis, how was your weekend? What have you been up to? I think I saw you in a couple of the chats earlier. Miss Olax is probably having a cuppa or 2 or 3 right about now. You don't want to type? Yeah, that's good. Hey, you know what? Honestly, this is really, we're just chatting. I'm not going to try to say I had any kind of, emergency. Yeah, emergency is hit and miss. Sometimes I find it's chalky sometimes, or maybe I bought the knockoff brand. It's been a really chill weekend. Same. I've been somewhat productive, I must say. Got some curtains up on a curtain rod, feeling all like a grown up. Olax, don't laugh at me. Apple, don't laugh at me. I've been doing stuff around my place. There's always stuff to do around my place. I'm trying to find artwork to move around and put places, and still haven't figured that out yet. Let me change your comment here. Oh, I see Jailbird is free. See, yeah, I kind of want the story. So we're going to have to do this on Wednesday. I'm going to be back. So maybe on Wednesday, if Six Boss feels better, she can, that topic is going to be about reflection. So maybe she would like to reflect on her bad behavior, to explain why she got herself in trouble to get locked up once again. And then she's now free, and what she's learned from that behavior. I don't know. That's what we're going to try. I'm trying with you, Six. I'm trying. I really would just love to just kick your suitcase, but still give you a hug. But, when you're not contagious and have cooties, we can talk about that. Joy Rain, welcome in, beautiful soul. Happy Sunday. So I'm looking at the comments. As I was saying before, I normally have a whole intro thing that I do, and you guys see all the things that's coming up. I usually do it on my phone, upload it to my MacBook, put it onto StreamYards. For some reason, the phone did an update that's not compatible. So I have nothing to show you guys but me. Hi. That's it. That's all I got today. So we're going to have to talk through some things. Today is just chatting. There's no specific agenda. It really is just to recap. You know, a couple weeks ago, I turned on and I did, you know, a little confession about what I'm trying to do in my life for the month of September. We'll take it. Oh, Lux, thank you. There's hope for me after all. You know, my love seems to get less and less nowadays, so I have to take every piece of love I can get, man. So I started September with the reset. And I shared with you that I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm fumbling along the way. You guys are encouraging me to continue. I've hit points of self-doubt. You know, every time I turn on, you guys show up, we sit, we chat, we share. There's a lot of sharing. Those of you that were here for the female empowerment movement raid that I did last month, 2 months ago. Wow, time flies. 2 months ago, I did that raid. It was my first time on the raid, volume 21, for Selectress Mistress Kush and Black Beauty 70. And that kind of debuted this whole Behind My Smile concept. I was playing around with it for a while. I was talking about it with Dr. C for quite a few weeks and months. Finally launched it live. I'm just trying to journey through life. And I feel that we're all here, we're jamming to music, we're vibing out, we're doing things. But there's a lot of other layers that we are going through. And sometimes we don't always feel like we can talk to other people. Sometimes we feel like we're alone. So it just felt appropriate to bring it here. You guys embraced it. There was a lot of feedback in that one. On Wednesday, if I can get technology to work with me and not against me, I will share some of the clips. I'll protect people's names because I don't want to just like blurt out people's business. I love Twitch too, most of the time. And I will share some of that feedback, right? So I always talk about Behind My Smile. I'm going to do it in a moment. And whatever words came to mind, you guys shared some words with me. You know, I shared some words with you. I never remember what I say. And I kind of just hope for the best and I just wing it because all of this is unscripted. So we're going to do that again in a couple moments. But what I found is, you know, I did that session. I did the reset at the beginning of September. I did access and boundaries. Was it last week? Time is flying. Yes. And in that session as well, I talked about just trying to learn, like, how do you put access and boundaries in place, right? If you give everybody around you access, you never stop to think about the boundaries. And now you're trying to, you know, mature and get to that level of putting boundaries where you feel they're needed. Sometimes they aren't needed, right? How do you do that? How do you do that and not offend the person that you're putting a boundary with? And how do you protect yourself? And what's the right ways to go about it? Like, do you have to tell the person, hey, I'm putting a boundary around you. You can only talk to me through these hours and in this type of a conversation, and only wear like a blue shirt and red shoes. Like, you know, like you don't want to get to that level of detail, but they still will understand a shift in the interaction. So how do you successfully do that? That was last week, Wednesday. Yeah, because I felt like I was hit by a Mack truck. Still kind of feeling like that, just not as much. I want to continue that conversation. So I definitely want to do a part 2 to access and boundaries. And maybe we'll touch on it in a few of the sessions coming up this month. What else is there? I haven't uploaded anything to YouTube. I am behind. I apologize for that. I'm going to put the raid flyer up before we raid out. But for those, I'm just like chatting away here. Thank you, Apple Blossom. This is why I have to keep her around, because I would know like nothing and I would do nothing. So volume 7 of the raid, I'll read it out since she has put it up. It will start off with Dr. C. It will go to Jimmy Q, JA. Am I on TikTok? Not yet. We should talk about TikTok. Then we're going to go over to DJ Blair, and then we're going to have Snaky the Legend, and then we're going to have Scorpion King. So I have never had Jimmy Q or Snaky the Legend on the Born for Music raid before, so I am welcoming them into the family. I'm excited. You know, I'm in all of these folks' streams. I'm interactive. I love their vibe. They're not typical DJs on Twitch. They don't play the same basic music that you hear from other DJs. They really do mix it up. You get some versatility. So I'm really looking forward to, after taking a month off, because I didn't do the raid last month, to come back to it this month and actually just deliver something that is the home feeling of what I wanted the raid to feel like is awesome. So I'm hoping you guys will join me on the 18th for that. Now, I want to go back to TikTok, and then I want to talk about what has everybody been up to for the last month, actually. So DJ Chris Camouflage. So I have my account on there because I wanted to protect my name. That's as far as I've gotten. I don't even have notifications on there. Anytime somebody sends me a link for TikTok, and then I go in there, and then I have like people who are following me. I have messages that are there, and I still have no idea what will I put on TikTok. What I'm trying to not do, and I'm not knocking anybody who does it, but I'm on Threads, I'm on Instagram on 2 accounts. I'm here. I'm on YouTube. Eventually, I'll make my way to a few other platforms that I'll talk about later. But I don't want to just copy and paste the same content. So I'm still trying to learn what can I put on TikTok that reflects me in a way that people will be interested to go to my TikTok page and then hopefully come over here and come check us out, whether it's on Twitch or it's on YouTube or any other platforms to come. So that's where I am when it comes to TikTok. But if you're on TikTok, I will check you out if I'm not already following you, because I'm like clicking follow because I'm just like following people, but I never go on there. Like I barely scroll. If somebody doesn't send me a link there, I don't end up going there. What else is there? So last week, Wednesday, I felt horrible. Like you guys who showed up, thank you. Like I had to just still do the show. I didn't feel right to like, cry and sob in my corner and pain pills, which is what I did after the stream. Our health is something that we take for granted. And I'm smiling right now because, I got attacked when I turned off that stream, and I know it was all with love, and I know everybody was coming from a good place. I'm trying to do better to take care of myself, and I'm encouraging all of you to do the same. Nephew, welcome in, DJ Blair. Happy Sunday. Another DJ who will be on the Born from Music Volume 7. I'm excited. I can't wait for you to be there to enjoy Nephew DJ Blair, as I call him. We talked about health in the last couple of streams with, Blood Clot Gal and with DJ Gritty, and we didn't touch on it as much with Chris Stubbs, but we have talked about health. We're all in that age group, most of us, 40s and up. And I feel it's important that we remind ourselves to take care of our health before our health forces us otherwise, which mine has done, and I know others is the same thing, right? So the month of September, who wants to tell me, and the collective here, what were you up to? What are the wins? What are the losses? What did you learn? Since I've talked about the reset and you've been here, or if you're not here and this is your first time here, like, what are you? Relaxed mood showing up early and not at the end of a stream. What? This is awesome. Hello, beautiful soul. Another one I didn't know. The other day there was the DJ Blair's sickle cell raid, and I did not know that you have sickle cell. That was a learning for me. And again, right? We are all in the stream. We're booty shaking. We're cracking jokes. We're laughing. We're crying. We're having good time with music. And a lot of us are going through real life scenarios. And I'm not going to say problems, but real life scenarios that challenge us. And I think the more that we share that, I think it gives us an opportunity to really support each other in a way. Just, sometimes maybe it is just saying hi in a chat, and sometimes it could be a little bit more. So I didn't get to catch all of the stream, but I was in there learning some things along the way. It was a chaotic day for me. I was on the road more than I normally would be because I work from home. So I missed a lot of stuff, but I really respect everybody who is comfortable in sharing their story, whether it's in a chat like this or getting in front of a mic and a camera. I think people need to hear our voices so we can not feel alone and we can work together. So who wants to talk about their September? Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. It caught me off guard. I had no idea. I never would have known. Not that you're supposed to wear a sign and say, "Oh, by the way, I have sickle cell," but you know what I mean? Like everybody, and this is the whole concept behind my smile, is you really don't know what's going behind each of our smiles, right? So I'm smiling right now. You guys have no idea what's going on behind my smile, other than the fact that I told you guys I'm going through my technical challenges, right? Life is lifing, and I get tired of saying that, but it's the reality of what we're going through. Losses. I'm going to pin this. People who needed to get cut and reorganizing my social life. Wins. Focused on me and launched a new business. Yes, 6. I saw that. Is it 6 by 6? If I got it wrong, I apologize. I was trolling through Instagram. I saw it. And then, when you like swipe down again, everything kind of vanishes and a whole bunch of new things show up. And I'm just like, where the hell did I get to? I'm going to try to follow your page. And it's 6 by 6, kicks by 6. I got glasses on. I can read. I got it. Anybody who's not already doing so, I'm pretty sure all of your links for your social media pages are on your Twitch page. please follow Six Boss. Check out her Kick by Six. I am going to follow you. If you ever need me to post, just tag me. I will repost it on my Instagram page. I'm not popular, but you know, if like 2 people that don't follow you that follow me see it, and then you get 2 more people, then you know, it's community, right? So people who needed to get cut, yeah, you know what, it's oh, shut up, Six. I'm just gonna ignore you. See, this is why I want to kick your suitcase all the time. It ties back to last week, and I think you might have missed a part of that when I was talking about access and boundaries. There's some people that we end up having to cut out of our lives, and it doesn't always have to be an argument. And that's always the part that even makes it harder. Sometimes I think it's easier if you have a dispute with somebody and then you part ways, because you can use a reason for the part. But if you just reach out and start evaluating your life, and you're just like, the energy that I have with this person just no longer suits where I am right now, and you need to part ways, that's not always easy, because you don't want to call them up and say, by the way, your energy now stinks and doesn't align with mine, so thank you for your time, how about, you know, deuces. But you do have to figure out how to move forward and mourn the loss, because I mourn the loss. Even if it is like a dispute, I mourn the loss, and I mourn it hard. Like, I carry everything. I'm a sponge, unfortunately. And I don't let it go. So I will sit with that loss for a really, really long time and self-destruct in some way, shape, or form. But then, as you said, you also have the win, right? You focus on your business. And I'm going to say the same for myself. I do find when I have those disruptions in life, it rocks you, it throws you off. And then you get to that point where you're just like, okay, and now what? Right? Like, you got to do something. You can sit there and wallow in self-pity, or you can pick up and you can try and do something, right? I just said this on Facebook yesterday. In life, we don't lose fake friends. We just see who was never meant to be in our life in the first place. Yeah. I'm going to sip some water before I respond to that one. So Chris, on that one, they always say like people come into your life for a season, reason, or lifetime. I think that's what the saying is. And I said it a couple streams ago. I want people to be in my life for lifetime. Like, you ain't here for fall and you disappear by winter. Like, I definitely want you around for winter, regardless of who you are, male or female, to get you through those winter blues. And then you get through the new year and you get through spring or whatever. Like, I really just want to know that people are in my life for my eternity, for as long as I am on this side of life. And it does become unfortunate when people part ways. There are though the fake friends, and they shine like a diamond, really, really bright. And those are the ones that usually just hit the hardest, because you really don't expect them to be the fake friend. But yeah, I always say sometimes it's the people you least expect that show up that way. VJ, hey, Roanne, welcome in. Some will also say it's not a loss. I have to think about where I want to go with that, right? So you hear that a lot as well. Like, oh, it wasn't a loss because they weren't meant to be in your life. And I'm just like you typed, right? But I think they were supposed to be there to teach you something. I think every scenario that we go through, regardless if it's good or bad, we're always supposed to learn something. And for me, I always say out of every bad, there is good. No matter which way you slice it, something good will always make an appearance. VJ, the VJ part is new. I have to get used to that. Can you please give Rohan a shout out? You were on the other day, I think yesterday. I may have glimpsed it and I didn't get to pop in and see what you were all about, but I will try to check it out. Yeah, would you say I'm into seasons, but some seasons do last forever? Yeah, I want all of my seasons to last forever. I love my people, even the people that piss me off and makes me want to throat punch them. I got love for them too. You know, that's all, you know, if there's somewhere for me to release my anger management, not physically throat punch anybody before somebody go call the cops on me. But there's some people in your life that just really just rub you the wrong way. And there's other people in your life that can still rub you the wrong way, but you can't live without them, that there's just something that you enjoy having their presence. I think that's important as well. I missed something earlier. Apple Blossom. Hold on, let me go back. Six Boss. I want to continue your conversation. So I had conversations with those I could, and I had to be brutally honest. Brutally honest doesn't work for me. I get called names. They can go where I'm going, and that's okay. But I ain't carrying unnecessary relationships that will potentially hold me back. Yeah. 6, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I've had a few scenarios where some people are no longer holding space for me as much or at all. And in some ways, I feel lighter. I feel freer. I'm still mourning the loss, but I also feel like I've given myself more time and energy to focus on what I need to focus on. And I think sometimes those things are unhealthy unhealthy distractions, because there are healthy and unhealthy distractions, right? Let me catch Apple Bloss's comment. September, adjusting to kids starting high school and college, and let go a little with them. Yeah, my child's an adult. She's a grown-ass adult, and I still don't want to let go of her. I'm sure I drive her nuts. I'm hoping she's not in this chat to hear this right now. But yeah. Like really and truly, it is something to have good relationships with your kids. I know some people don't, and that's life. But those of us that do, I have to say that we're blessed, right? Let me hydrate. I want to scroll down. I see a face before I see a name. On a Sunday, Disco Darren, is that who I'm seeing that just strolled into this chat? Let me scroll. Joy Rain, yes, I agree. It's about finding and learning the lessons sometimes. The lessons are hard, right? Like real talk. And some of them are ugly. Like, and some of them are about, like, some of the lessons I've learned are about me. They are ugly. Like, they're not stuff you really want to admit to yourself, but you have to if you want to continue to grow, right? If you want to continue to flourish in whatever you're supposed to be doing at this phase of your life. But yeah, I've had some ugly things come up, and sometimes it is me, sometimes it's not me, or partially me. It's taking that accountability and doing something with it. That's, yeah. Rohan, are you new to streaming? Because I know the VJ wasn't there before. So yeah, if you're new to streaming, I definitely would love to, like, tell us the next time you're going to be on and we can check you out. Charmaine, hello, sweetie. Hi, welcome in. Happy Sunday. We're just chatting. You know, Wednesday will be a real show. Today, I just wanted to connect with everybody, you know, do a recap of what have we done in September, say hi in October. It's nice to actually say hi on October 1st, the first day of the month. I was going to start singing Bone Thugs and Harmony, but you guys don't want to hear me because I've got no harmony, so I'm going to stop. Can't live with me, can't live without me. Yeah. I've been told I'm not an easy person to be around. I'm just like, yeah, but I'm also not an easy person to miss. So there's that. There's always 3 sides to, yeah, yours, mine, and the truth ain't. Oof, I got to pin this one. Yeah, there is. And what always does it is a lack of conversation. If you do not have communication to try and resolve the matter, then it stays as a 3-sided story, right? There never is any resolution. You just have to accept where you are and just kind of keep going. So Disco Darren, hello, happy. Oh, that's right. You were on strike. I saw your post. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. I hope you and the family are keeping well. I don't even have Twitch. I have Twitch open on my phone, but I don't have it on. Did I just see some troublemaker's name roll up in here? I did. Yeah, I did see a troublemaker's name. She's a top mod in a DJ stream that I was just in, and I'm going to say hello to her in just a minute. She already knows who she is. I don't have to say anything more. I think we should do a full stream about that topic. Which topic? The seasons, the reason seasons are a lifetime topic? Please let me know. Self-admittance is needed. Yeah. But a power is self-correcting. I'm a work in progress. So let me stop talking for a minute because this woman's going to think I have no manners. Nikki Ann P, welcome in. And I have to look down now because I'm just like, you know, when you just feel like you're going to get in trouble somewhere. Yes, Nikki and P, welcome in. So nice of you to join us on a Sunday after you just finished doing some work, modding. I was in there trying to prepare for my stream, which was a bust. I need technical support, but I did have fun. It was a vibe. Thank you for being here on a Sunday. We're just chatting. Today is not a specific topic. It's a recap, more or less, and kind of like a hello October kind of chat. Joy Rain. If you don't learn, it comes back. Listen, the repeat, Mm-mm-mm. I've had some lessons that I have neglected to learn. And it's the lessons where like and then you go through it again and but for some reason, I don't know, you think like you're expecting a different outcome, and that the only reason why you're going to get a different outcome is if you actually do something different about it, but you don't. Yeah, I'm that girl. Definitely a work in progress. Let me keep scrolling. Yeah, we can keep talking, Chris. We're all here. So everybody who wants to keep chiming into the conversation, please feel free to keep adding your thoughts. September, resilience. I like that. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. That is absolutely. And I'm sitting here and I'm nodding because when you hear certain words and it just resonates with you, like you could just sit there, like I could sit here for a moment and I'm just like, yeah. So all I saw was Apple Blossom's word stubborn. I'm just like, but she wasn't talking about me though, right? Like, because of course I'm not stubborn, Apple. You know this. But yeah, I think I know you're probably talking about this, the learning of lessons, right? I know I am definitely, I'm definitely stubborn. I'm going to say it's a part of my charm. That's what I'm going to go with. Joy Ray, in my last relationship, the universe made sure I was going to learn a lesson. Yeah. Sometimes them lessons feel like a tattoo. Like it's burned into you. Like it's definitely burned into you. But I always like to remind myself as well as other people that there's always a positive, like even in the ugliest of scenarios, there is something that you take from it that is a blessing in some way, shape, or form. You dodge a bullet, sometimes literally. You learn something. You learn something about the situation, and you definitely learn something about yourself. If it's something you need to work on or something that you've now grown and learned about yourself, but there's always something that comes up, right? My head is so hard. Joy Ray, and I know you're going to cuss me later. Yeah, I had to pin that because I think all of us have that trait, right? Yeah. I learned now. Only took me making the same mistake. Yeah, 5,011 times. Apple, I don't know if it always makes you stronger, because if I have 9 lives, I'm on borrowed lives right about now because I am just hella stubborn. Wow. Good evening. Mr. DJ Swirls, welcome in, beautiful soul. Happy Sunday. Thank you for the vibes this morning. It got me through my house cleaning. For those of you who are not already doing so, please click and follow Mr. I Am DJ Swirls, an amazing DJ. I think it's safe to call you my friend, something like that, right? Yeah. He likes to say he's innocent. He's not innocent, but if you check out his shows on a Saturday, on a Sunday, on a Tuesday, there's a few other days in between there. Definitely enjoy the vibe. You will definitely enjoy the vibe. And yes, Swirly Boo, as Six Boss calls him. Swirls, I'm not calling you Swirly Boo. Yeah, that's not happening. Let me go back to the DJ Blair. Not everyone can match my energy. Yeah, I'm learning that. I've always known that for myself, but I get through moments where I think I've evolved to a point of being able to express what my energy frequency is, even if not by saying, but just by how I handle and carry myself. And then I hit roadblocks along the way, and I'm just like, how did we get here? But again, the learning, right? I have to also learn that regardless of how I am sharing my energy, there's always an interpretation, and that interpretation may not be received in the same way that I'm trying to distribute it or to carry myself. And that's when there's, communication breakdown, or you just realize that there's not an energy match. And then you have to, part ways or figure out how to make it match if it's supposed to match, right? Let me catch up. Respectfully woke us up. Yeah. Swirls has a way of doing that. Swirls, there's a double cup tea that I'm still waiting for, by the way. I'm just saying, let me just call you out just like that. What else have I missed in these comments? What else have I missed? If I've missed anything, I do apologize. Yeah, I'm going to pin Six Boss's comment, right? I wouldn't have launched this business if it wasn't for all the BS. Yeah, see, exactly. A lot of what I've been doing with my stream, I'm starting to post more on Instagram. I'm really trying to sit down. I have a notebook full of thoughts. Like I'm always brainstorming thoughts. Dr. C must be really happy when I don't send him a message with some other babble of thought that I have. I haven't been executing well, right? Like I'm like 3 streams behind on YouTube. You know, I talk about this all the time. Professional teacher was in here on a previous stream. What we do here, for everybody who does not do this, it is real work. Like you can't just turn on a camera and say, I'm just going to wing it. If you're really trying to brand yourself in a way and grow your community, I always say my collective, right? You want to make sure that your content is just like that. You want to make sure that your content is delivered in a way that really expresses who you are, what you're about, whatever it is, whether you're a DJ or a streamer, right? There's a lot of administrative work that I still have not tried to do, but I have a to-do list to do it. I just need to get disciplined. That will be a conversation, being disciplined in actually executing on what we're supposed to do in our lives. And I always say it, I'm not in a 21-step program. Sometimes I feel like I need 457,000 steps to get myself to where I'm supposed to be, and other people can do it in 2. So I'm just on this journey. I'm sharing what I'm sharing with you guys. I'm being very transparent, sometimes maybe too transparent, but I think it's important to understand what level of access I'm comfortable in giving you guys, so you also feel comfortable sharing with me, right? That reminds me, what date is it? On the 11th. Thank you, Disco Darren. I appreciate you. You always send me a message after every stream as well. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Apple, when am I doing it? The 11th. On the 11th, Tap the Soul is going to have an in conversation with Tap the Soul. Yeah. There might be some things that will be off the table, just saying, but I think it's important that I do exactly what I do with my guests, right? When I sit down and I have a conversation with any of you who've been my guests, Swirls, you've been in the chair, you know exactly what it's like. It's not scripted. It really is just conversation. And a lot of folks come out of that conversation saying, I wasn't going to really go there and say that, but I did. So I'm not sure what I will say or what I won't say. But I want to be, Olax, this is going to be interesting. I hope so. I hope it's a learning experience for you guys. That's what we're going to go with, right? I've been here for 3 years, and you guys are just seeing and hearing like me with a voice and a camera and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people learn that I'm the same person, but kind of different. And then there's some of you I talk to in real life, and it's going to be like, you're just like, yeah, this is going to be interesting, Olax. I am going to try to be on my best behavior, though. I will say that. So you're going to be questioning yourself and answering yourself. Well, here's the thing, Disco Darren. I kind of have a couple of personalities that pop out from time to time. So I probably could put another mic beside me, and that person will just jump out and start having a conversation. And then I'll have a conversation, and we'll cat together and, group hug and cry it out. And you guys will watch all of the theatrics. Like that's it. There will be more to it. But for right now, yeah, Tap the Soul is going to be in conversation with Tap the Soul on October the 11th at 7 p.m. I figured it was a good enough time for me to decompress from work and then to chime in to the community, to the collective, and have a chat about, and I used to say music and life. I think we spend more time talking about life than we talk about music. I have shared some of my illness in the previous conversation. I'll dig into that more. But yeah, there's other things that I want to definitely talk about. So on the 11th, I will expose a little bit more about myself. Yeah, of course you're going to show up for that, Disco Darren, because you're going to just like get a lot of comedic jokes. Disco Darren, are you tuning in tomorrow, by the way? I forgot that I should be mentioning that because Apple didn't remind me. It's nice when I could do things that Apple didn't have to remind me to do. So tomorrow at 8 o'clock, those of you who don't already know, there's a Twitch Award session nomination that went out. There's a few folks. Disco Darren was nominated. I Am DJ Swirls was nominated. I was nominated. A few other people that are not here that were nominated. Those who voted, thank you all for your vote. I always said that we already won. If people are recognizing our names and putting our names in a hat, we won as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, and I'm making sure they say that too. You know why? Because Miss Nikki MP was so polite to inform me on my efficiency of knowing the time that this would be on. So at 8 p.m. tomorrow, it will be on. Yes. And I hope that we all enjoy the session. Whoever wins, however we win, whatever happens, just remember that we've all won regardless, because we are doing what we're doing. People show up, people support us, and we're going to continue doing what we're doing, right? Yeah, I appreciate everyone who voted as well. Definitely. What did I miss? Oh, sorry. That's you two having your conversations there. Let me carry on. Big sis Miriam, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Sunday. I don't think I got a chance to say hi to you earlier in Swirls' chat. Braiding your hair. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, can't do that. Enjoy your braiding of hair moment. I thank you for joining us. We're just catching up and chatting, socializing. I was going to say shooting the you know what on a Sunday, hello October type of vibe. So, oh, the children's hair. Oh, I thought you were talking about your own because I'm just thinking that arm cramp. Nope, you got to pay somebody to do that for you. I'm going to scroll because I feel like I might have missed a comment or two. But for Chris Camouflage, if he's still here, I definitely want to continue this conversation. And we can make it an official topic because I know really this was just a pop up and say, hey, how you doing? Happy Sunday. So the reset. We talked about wins. We talked about losses. I'm still going through the reset. The reset for me doesn't end because September ended. I'm going to be saying I'm in a reset until I feel like I've stabilized and I can say I'm no longer in a reset, but I'm still building on top of. So when I have things like access and boundaries that we talked about last week, I do want to have another part to that conversation. I don't even feel like I was 100% myself because of how crappy I felt. So I definitely want to dig into that more because a lot of these conversations are definitely not a one and done. I think there's a lot more dialogue. On Wednesday coming up, we're going to have a reflection conversation. That one, if I can get my technology to work properly, I am going to recap some of the comments and the feedback that I've gotten from the last 3 streams that we've had about this. Any messages that I've gotten, I will selectively share it, but I will not share who those messages are from to protect privacy. And just do a general overall, I'm going to say an overall recap, or like a reflection recap properly, because this was just a pop-up. Because I think, this is collective. I want to... boss lady. I want to make sure that as I'm talking about this, that other folks chime in as well and share what's going on, right? Every day is, I like that. Yeah. Let me post this one. Every day is an opportunity. Yeah. But you know what I find, Nikki Ann? A lot of people aren't willing. I don't know if it's fear, laziness, or what it is. Like you have enough experiences in front of you, big or small, that give you an opportunity to grow. But a lot of people will just stay stuck, like comfortable. And you know what? For those that do that, I'm not trying to knock it, but if there's an opportunity for you to grow for the better, to learn more, to thrive, like why not take that chance, right? Like it's being put in front of you for a reason, right? Snakey the Legend, another DJ who will be on the Born for Music Volume 7 raid. I'm so excited about you being on this raid. It's silly. Please give him a shout out if you've not already done so, which I think that you did. I reset myself in the gym, which is a whole new win. Yeah, in itself. Yeah. I went for a walk with Patty the other day to Starbucks, and I'm telling you guys, I was in some wretched pain, physical pain, and I was just like, I don't care. I'm walking with my kid. I'm going to Starbucks. I'm coming back. I need to stop calling her a kid. She's like a grown adult, but with my daughter. It was a good walk. It felt good to actually be outside and take the walk. I paid for it later, but I'm not gonna not do it again. I just have to pace how often I do it, right? Yeah, that opportunity to grow thing. Sometimes you see people and you really just like you can see their potential and you just want to shove them off a cliff and be like, just thrive. And they're just either scared or they don't see it. There's some people who do not see the potential within themselves. And they have to see it in order to grow, right? Like you get to that point. Let me scroll. Some don't even realize they need to work on stuff. Yeah. I think when I was back in my 20s, maybe in my 20s, I was that person. And then I started to realize there was stuff I wanted to work on, but I preferred to self-medicate with alcohol, weed, and other things that we don't need to talk about in the stream today, to avoid having to deal with it because it's hard, right? Like a lot of the stuff is ugly stuff that you just don't want to address, although it will make you better when you get to the other side of it, right? They always say the only way out is through. So sometimes I just don't want to go through it. Like I just want to Thanos it away, right? Snakey the Legend, I believe you're going to be turning on in like 15 minutes or so. So we will raid over to you when when you're up and running, Apple Blossom will keep me on track. You know what's interesting, Olax? That's the song that I'm going to be posting for my reflections. Yeah. Make the change, man in the mirror. Yeah. So those of you, when you go on my Instagram and you hear the song, yeah. So I was actually supposed to do it, but then I was going to show up to this one and I didn't want to throw a whole bunch of stuff out there. So yeah, you will see a post for Wednesday and it will have Michael Jackson's song associated, right? I will say, since I've been waking up at 5 and doing the gratitude meditation every day, oh man, I have a book where you probably can't see it. I have the 5 a.m. book from Robin Sharma, and I have a few others as well. I used to be in a really smooth flow without thought. Like I didn't even think of, oh, it's 4:59. I need to get up and do something. My body used to wake up, and I knew that I would get up and I would do meditation. I would write in my journal. Yoga was hit and miss, but at least I know meditation and journaling mandatory. When I had a treadmill accessible, I would go in the morning downstairs. I'm on the treadmill. I come home, I'm on the treadmill, and it didn't even feel like a routine. I was literally just going in the flow of life. And now I'm just going to say, I feel like it's laziness why I haven't gotten back to that, but that's part of what I'm trying to do. I am writing more. I just need to get to be more disciplined. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing should not be jumping on the phone and getting into conversations and messages and whatever. It really should be some self-reflection. And then I start my morning, right? But once you see one notification, that's all it takes, and you spiral, right? Yeah. Like that's I'm posting later. Fear is the biggest deterrent. Yeah. You know what I say, Nikki Ann? It's fear of success or it's fear of failure. And I remember when I posted that on my Threads chat, I had a side conversation with somebody that I'd never met before, and it turned into a whole thing, like a positive thing, because they never thought about the fear of success. I'm just like, absolutely. Like, you never stop and think about the fear of success being something to hold you back. You would think, well, if I'm going to be successful, why wouldn't I dive into it? But that's a big thing, right? Like I even say, for me, turning this channel on, I say it every stream. You guys hear, I was like, I'm surprised when I turn on my stream, you guys show up, and you guys show up every time I turn on the stream. And there's some of you, I won't call your names. There's some of you, but that may miss the stream and send me a message apologizing. I'm just like, it's okay. Like, everyone's got life going on, right? But fear is one of those things. It can just chokehold you in such a negative way from succeeding or just the fear of failure, right? But you have to try. Like, otherwise, how do you know, right? Hold on, what did I skip here? What's the other things? Which you know so well, Six Boss. We're just going to leave that there. You can fill in the blanks. Grinds, I didn't see you sneak in there. I'm so sorry. Spotlight sound into the building. Welcome in, my family. Another DJ that's a part of my collective, my bubble. Please give him a shout out. I think you did. Maybe you did. I'm so engaged in the conversation. Like, I'm just like, Apple Blossom's here. She's taking care of all of this stuff that I'm supposed to know and do and say and be all professional. Yeah, no. Welcome in. Spotlight another one who was nominated for an award, and we look forward to seeing who gets that tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Amani Experiences channel. I saw a name in here. You returned. Joe Hurdum. I like every time I see your name, I'm gonna be like, I love your name. You have to motivate oneself first. Once that occurs, you see things differently. Yeah. It's still scary though. Like I've had some pretty, something happened just now. Hydrate. Yeah. See, I had to look down at the phone. Hydrating. Joe, I don't know about you, and I know we've talked about this in other conversations. I've had some pretty deep one-on-one conversations with myself with the same personality. I know I said multiple personalities earlier. It's some scary thoughts that really run through your mind. Because once you see it, once you acknowledge that you've seen it, it's one thing to kind of know it's kind of there. But once you start looking at it and like studying it, I can't just act like I didn't witness and acknowledge that there's something that I need to do. I may be slow to action, and it's probably a part of that whole fear part that, Nikki Ann, that you mentioned earlier. But it's the same thing I say with writing down, right? I no longer can really function with my calendar on my phone. Even my Outlook, my work Outlook, I have a paper planner that I now operate from. I need to see pen to paper. It just works better for me. I just got here. Where are you going? Well, you showed up late. Like I turned on at 8 o'clock. Like, where have you been, dude? Like, seriously. Let me keep scrolling. The only day I didn't do it in the past 4 months is because I'm sick. Yeah. But you know what? You keep going. Because I've had those moments where I miss a day, talking about your 5 a.m. part, right? I've done it where I've missed a day and then I miss another day. And then I beat myself up for missing the day. And I'm just like, don't do that. Like, you know, and a couple of weeks ago, I was saying the same thing in a stream, right? I had a laundry list of things I wanted to do. I did two things on a whole list of what I really, really wanted to do over the weekend. And instead of beating myself up for what I didn't do, I just celebrated the fact that I did those two things and I had an awesome weekend regardless, right? And then I just keep it moving. You have to, right? Fear of success is real. Yeah. And I would say personally with this channel, what I want to do outside of Twitch, because for me, I love you guys and all that. But I want this to be bigger than Twitch. I think that we have more than enough platforms out there and we have more than enough voices that we don't need to be subjected to one platform to use our voice. There's other platforms. And I think we should do whatever it is we need to do. Kicks by Six is a prime example, right? Six Boss has like 15 different careers that she's got juggling all at the same time. Again, she's doing her thing, she's doing her hustle, and like we should be able to figure out how to do that and not burn ourselves out. Just saying, Six, right? But still just keep proceeding and keep trying to do stuff, right? It could also be fear of rejection. Yeah. Rejection ain't cool. It's, you learn something from it too, though. I'll tell you that. You learn about yourself with that rejection. Life is for the living. It is for the living. Sometimes we don't live it. We coast. I spent many years, and I'm going to say I was floating through life, not just because I was smoking weed heavily. I was invisible. I took myself out of the scene that I'm now putting myself back in. I lost touch with the industry. I focused on work and my personal life. And even that, like I'd stopped socializing with people and partying and whatever. And I really just became invisible. And it felt safer for me to go through life. And I kind of woke up one day, probably Twitch, and realized like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like there's people that you're meeting and you're interacting and you're doing stuff like, yeah, please hydrate again. Like I'm going to be running to the bathroom before this stream is over. If you guys keep having me hydrate, just saying. Let me scroll. Wait, I could have sworn I scrolled up earlier and I saw Six Boss say that she was lurking, but how's she coming back here now? I feel like between you and Tapisha is going to win arguments every time because she's super spicy, as she's supposed to be. Yeah, I think we're going to talk about Tapisha more. That name seems to have stuck. I don't know how all of the other names haven't really lingered, but Tapisha has like, yeah, I seem to have been branded with Tapisha. And that's courtesy of Dr. C, by the way. So yeah, give him a thumbs up on that one. Joe, small accomplishments daily result in big ramifications down the road. Yeah. And we have to take that moment to realize that, right? Those of you who know that hydrate was before, okay, good. I'm scrolling like slow. For some reason, it's not scrolling in real time, and I'm really trying not to look at my phone this time. So I moved the other day, right? And I've talked about this, and you guys have seen I've painted walls, and I've done this, and I've done that. I don't remember what you asked me on my last stream. If my last stream was Wednesday, I was a hot mess. I should not have been on stream that long. And I was firmly told about myself about being on the stream that long. So Joe, back to your comment. I talked about the to-do list and I only did 2 things. I was really perplexed that I got to October 1st. Everything I wanted to do in September is not checked off the list. But I was saying to my daughter earlier this afternoon, I'm just like, when I look around at my place, I've painted almost every single wall in this place. I've put furniture together. I've moved furniture together. I've bought technology. I've done all these things. I'm still putting artwork up on walls and like that. And I have to take a moment to celebrate that. I can't not just wait for the actual finished product. I have to enjoy, to your point, those accomplishments that I'm making along the way. you know, they always say it's not the destination, it's the journey. I'm trying to remind myself about the journey. Like even this today, like I have this whole crazy game plan of what I want to do with the stream going forward and the branding, and I gotta crawl before I can walk, and I gotta walk before I can run, right? And you know, I gotta be able to run before I can sprint. But I have to actually stop and smell the roses and appreciate those steps along the way. And meeting a lot of you folks I'm meeting for the first time. Some of you have known me over the years in the streams. Other ones like yourself, you're new. You're new here. I don't think I've seen your name in any other stream either. So I mean, just having those moments to celebrate bonding and talking like this, to me, that's an accomplishment, right? That's us connecting and having a voice. You're using your voice and you're talking to the folks here on the platform. And I think that's important that we do that more, right? Chris, what did you ask me in your last stream? In my last stream, I want to know. And I probably, you know what? I probably could find it because now I'm trying to think. Would I have it? Would I have it? Someone's sending me a message right now, and I'm sorry. I'm streaming right now, and that's where you should be, is in here in this chat with me. Shared messages. In terms of, because I see the time, and I'm gonna wrap this up shortly. I'm gonna give Stinky the Legend a moment to kind of get into the groove and get into things, right? So I started with the reset. I talked about access and boundaries. The reset isn't over for me. I'm in October. I'm still in reset mode. That was the other thing I actually wanted to mention. I posted a couple of weeks back, you know, we have 4 months left to accomplish all of what you wanted to do before the end of the year. I didn't see that message. I didn't see that question. I'm going to answer that in a second. I contradicted myself, and I want to retract my statement. So when I posted what I posted on my Instagram, it was really talking about you have 4 months left to get everything you want to get done before the end of the year. And it was that hustle, right? I want to change that mentality. Yes, it'd be nice to finish all of your to-do list before the end of the calendar year. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. Every day starts a new year. So if you get up tomorrow, kind of like what Six Boss is doing, right? So she decided that she's going to just start her getting up at 5 a.m. and doing her meditation and doing her routine. DJ Foodie, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Sunday, love. You know, she started her year. She can go a year from now and celebrate her year, and it doesn't have to be calendar. You know, I saw a post last night when I was fiddling around on Instagram, and it was the same thing. You have 3 months left to get everything done. It gives you that anxiety, like you're in a rush to try to get something done by a timeline. Whose timeline, right? I'm not saying to completely slow down and stop, but sometimes you do have to slow down. Yeah, we do. Sometimes you need to slow down in order to move forward in the pace that you're supposed to be moving, right? So I'm not going to have this mentality of, oh, I've only got 3 months left to get everything I want to do in 2023. No, I'm going to celebrate, to Joe's comment earlier, I'm going to celebrate all of my accomplishments, big and small, that move me towards the milestones that I'm trying to put in place for myself. And if it happens before the end of the year, great. And if it doesn't, I just keep moving. But the point is that I am moving, right? So I just see Foodies Tapisha, and I'm just like, again, the name has stuck. Then you focus on what you didn't do. Yeah. And then here comes the anxiety. Exactly. Right. And it's so easy to fall into that trap because social media has us in a pace of rushing, right? The job, life, everything is rush and do. And I know I hate to say this, but you know, you grew up with those sayings that your parents used to throw at you. Too much haste makes waste. It really does. Like it really, really does. Sometimes we really do have to slow down, find the pace that we're supposed to be finding, and then we move forward and go from there and celebrate the wins along the way, right? Sorry, I'm scrolling because I think I missed something along the way. I'm scrolling back up. Your comment, Chris, I want to make sure we touch that. Where do I think Twitch will be in a few more years as big as it is? No. Twitch became the platform that we all ran to because the world shut down, right? The world has opened up. A lot of DJs and a lot of streamers have just ditched it DJ Smiles, welcome in. I enjoyed your stream and I need your technical support. And I'm saying that out loud and I'll talk to you later. I don't even know if you can help me, but yeah, we'll sort that out later. Those of you who are not following, please follow an amazing DJ. I think I'm allowed to call him my friend. Yeah, sort of, kind of. Definitely a part of my collective and my family as far as I'm concerned. Please give him a shout out. I believe he is on tomorrow, maybe for Marley Mondays. He's definitely on Tuesdays. And he will definitely be on for Thirsty Thursdays. I'm throwing this man's schedule out there like I'm expecting him to show up, and maybe he's not even going to show up. But yeah. So back to your comment, Chris, in regards to Twitch. I think Twitch has purpose. I think it could be big, but maybe not mass big. It could be big in how you build your community and how you want to use it. I think that's probably the better way to word it. And I'm going to hydrate again because I have a feeling that someone's going to come at me about hydrating. Joe's spitting a lot of knowledge. We're all on our path, but we do all realize the years do go by quicker as we are in the stage of our lives. Yeah. I want life to slow down a bit. It's not about regret or anything. I want to get, what's this now? Nothing, just, the little things that people do. And I'm doing that right now in the stream to you. Joe, in regards to our path, I want mine to slow down. I want to be able to absorb more. That's probably the better way of wording it. So whether it's fast or it's slow, I want to be able to absorb all of the moments. I think there's a lot of moments, some of the small ones or even some of the big ones, it just poof right over my head. And then I realize after the fact that I just missed a moment that I can't recreate. I can't bring back. And then you can't sit with regret. I have to think about that, but you just have to figure out how to just keep moving forward. Got to make dinner, Rohan. I'm hungry. So yeah, I'll be bringing my Tupperware plate over to wherever you are in the world. And yeah, thank you. I will definitely check out your stream. I do have notifications on for you. Relaxed mood. Going through that now. People and pressure is real. Yeah. And the challenge that I run into is that I want to slow the pace down and not necessarily slow it down to a stop, but just to absorb while everybody's still running around. I can't remember who made the comment earlier. Some people don't realize that there's work for them to do. They just want to keep going because they're trying to keep up and beat this one and stay ahead of and just be in competition with yourself and go at a pace that works for you. Everything else will fall in place around you as a result of that, right? That's kind of the best way I'm looking at it at this point. Camouflage, I hope I answered your question. DJ Smiles, I enjoyed your stream, by the way. It was really, really good. Really, really good. I had to go quiet because I was fighting with Apple technology. Yeah. To absorb is to acknowledge and relish the moment. Yeah. I don't relish enough moments. I wrote that in my journal probably 4 or 5 days ago. And I usually don't remember all the things that I write in my journal because I write a lot, but certain things will stick out to me. And yeah, there's just some things that just, yeah, those moments that just pass you by. And it's not always in relation to people. It's just things that you've learned about yourself that you wish you had taken a moment to just, yeah. No, Apple, not you. Apple, the technology, not Apple, you, the person. My bad. See, you need to change your name. That's what we need to do. Or we need to call Apple technology something else. I can think of a few words, but I don't want to say bad words at 9:03 on a Sunday night. People may have kids around. What else did I miss? I'm going to wrap this up soon. Before I forget, let me do this again. And you guys tell me if this shows up, okay? Can you guys see the flyer? And can you guys still hear my voice? Somebody tell me a thumbs up so I know that we're good. Volume 7 of the Born for Music raid. It is back and I am so happy. So Dr. C will be starting it at 1:30. Jimmy Q will be at 3 p.m. Nephew DJ Blair, who is in the chat, was in the chat. He will be up after Jimmy Q. Snakey the Legend, who we're going to be raiding over to momentarily. It will be his first time, as well as Jimmy Q's first time. And then the closer is Scorpion King. It's interesting because when I look at this flyer right now, I'm just like, so we're going to start in the UK and then we're going to dance around in the US, and then we're going to come back home to Canada and wrap it up. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. This one reminds me of the conversations that I had with Smiles and the conversations I had with Doxy of what I wanted this raid to be about. An hour and a half for each DJs, 5 or 6 DJs. Just, yeah, like I'm smiling because like this just reminds me of the core and the essence. And again, slowing down, right? I turned off, you too, right? So last month I didn't do the raid, and there was some feedback I heard about that. And, I was just like, instead I had Chris Stubbs here, and we had a good conversation. And it felt weird for me to not do the raid because I've been so diligent on it since I started it earlier this year. And to think I only started it started talking about it in February. The first one kicked off in March. It's my baby. Like that's what birthed all of what I'm doing here now. But I'm glad I took that month because it really gave me that moment to, again, slow down, to really move it forward in the way that I want to. November's raid. November's raid, the date that is supposed to be, it won't be. But I will be doing November's raid. I'm trying to finalize some of the other DJs. Some of the DJs have already said yes, and I'm excited about that. And we'll see where we go with that in terms of the raid. On Wednesday, we are going to be talking about reflection. I'm going to bring back some of the comments of what I've heard over the last couple of streams about this topic. I might actually pull some stuff from some of the conversations I've had with people as well, like some of our in conversations with guests. There's a lot of nuggets that happen in these that happen in these conversations. Which is what birthed behind my smile, right? Joe, I was just beginning to like you. Yes. Okay, I'm back. I literally have tears. Hold on, drink more. Okay, we're good. I'm back. Yes, DJ Smiles. I will take my time. Spotlight, I knew as soon as I hit send, I'm just like, oh, and who was the first person who commented and saw that? It was Six Boss, wasn't it? It had to be Six Boss. Yeah. See, that's a sign that I'm supposed to wrap this up right about now because it's 9:08. This conversation can go south really, 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 really quickly. Yeah, you laughed, but Six, your laugh was that. That was it. So Joe, I was about to say like we could be friends, and then you said the older cough. Like really? So that's a sign that I've been talking too much. So we're gonna wrap this up. Reflections on the 4th. The following Wednesday, we're gonna do an in conversation with TaptheSoul. That's gonna be fun. What else is coming up? The Born from Music raid, I've talked about that. And I'm pointing over here because I have it on another monitor. So I'm going to put it up while I'm still clearing my throat. No, meaning I'm of your age. We all get those. Yeah. Okay, we can still be friends. Yeah. Let me drink some more water while this flyer is up. Once again, we have the Born from Music raid that will be coming up on the 18th. Tell you, I don't know why I typed wrong hole because I'm just like, Spotlight, you need to be kicked out of my channel. Six Boss, you need to be kicked out of my channel. I'm drinking water. Okay. Apple, as I'm about to wind this up, let me just put the camera back on. Sorry, folks. I sound like a car trying to start, don't I? You're lucky I'm sick right now. You what? Hold on. What does illness have to do? Tasha BG, welcome in, my keep it or delete it sister. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. So Six Boss, what does you being sick have to do with preventing you from saying something ratchet? Mind you, I appreciate you for not saying anything ratchet today. Like, you are actually doing quite well. Thank you. I appreciate that. when you're sick, you behave. You need to be sick more often. Said with love and blessings. Yeah, Nikki, and I know. Don't you start with me, because that's all I got. I have no sword in my own chat right about now, so I can't even badge you up and say anything other than, yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So Tasha BG, we're about to wrap up and we're gonna wind out of here because I still have a tickle in my throat because the water went in the wrong direction. That is better wording. I think. I don't know. That's what we're gonna go with. Nothing beats building like the mind individuals. It warms the soul. That is true. Apple Blossom, I expect better from you. I don't expect you to be in the realm of Six Boss. I have high expectations for you. I'm just saying. Nikki Ann, yeah. Smiles, please talk to your people. I have high expectations from you as well. Yeah, I said it. I said what I said. Okay, so I'm very excited to have Wednesday's conversation. We're going to talk about reflections. I'm going to bring back some of the stuff we've talked about before. And I want you guys to keep talking in the chat. Those of you who send me messages, thank you. Those of you who are not already doing so, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube. Chris Camouflage, at some point I'm going to figure out the TikTok thing, but follow me on TikTok. I do follow people back when I actually pay attention and see it. If you're not already doing so, follow me here. What else? I'm working here. I don't care if you're working. Wait, I know Nikki Ann is not using my favorite emote in my chat. Really? She's busting shots in my chat. This is what we do here. I need a disclaimer. And I need to have people like in a timeout box somewhere. Yes. Thank you for inspiring me, Nikki Ann. See, every situation is a blessing. You have given me the motivation to find something to put in so I can time out some of you, even if not officially, put you all in a corner somewhere. There you go. Spotlight, you laughing, and you're going to be the first one that's inside that corner. I'm telling you right now. Your neighbors probably know by now you're living alone, and yet they're probably wondering, who are you talking with behind your closed door? That is true, because Patty streams, but you could hear her game. With me, I was just like, you just hear me talking, having a whole laugh and conversation with myself. But Olax, yeah, you next, man. Buster Browns are waiting for you right about now. T. Dennis, yeah, you know what? It's always nice knowing that you're here as well. So all of you beautiful people, there's usually some big outro, and my technical issues are going to prevent that. So Apple Blossom, if at any point you are ready to, can you drop the raid message? I want to thank you all for being here. Happy October. I know I didn't do the official Behind My Smile today. I just figured I'm not going to do that today because the words that come out might provoke a whole different conversation. But on Wednesday, I will do the Behind My Smile exercise. For those of you who have not done it before, it really is just saying behind my smile, taking a moment and seeing what words come into mind. You don't have to do anything with the words, or you do. It's entirely up to you. My reset continues. My access and boundaries continues. My reflections, it's already started. It will continue when we get together on Wednesday. I might turn on next week, Wednesday at the same time. We'll see. I kind of like starting the week or wrapping up a week and starting a week like this with just, those who show up, and we can sit and chat. We can figure out if there's a topic that we want to bring to these on a Sunday. Outside of that, that's it. I'm going to stop talking. I don't know if you've activated the raid yet. Diamond Stone Love. Oh, hi. You're late, by the way. You're late. Like we about to raid out late. What did I miss? I missed something. What did I miss? Because Olax is agreeing with Nikki Ann, and I'm trying to understand how do we get here, because I'm not sure that should be happening. Diamond, Stone Love, Diamond, Mood Swing. Please follow both of those channels. Charmaine, thank you for being here. I'm really, really happy that you were here. And I always say to folks, if you're here and you're not typing, don't feel like you're obligated to type. Like, I'm fine if you're just chilling in the back and you're catching conversation. If something resonates, great. If it doesn't, and you have some thoughts and you want to share it in the chat, otherwise, again, I'm all about the collective coming together and bonding. Up and loading. So we are about to raid out, and I'm usually not talking like right to the end. I usually have music and an outro and all that fancy stuff going. So for those of you who are here today, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a fantastic week. Please come back on Wednesday at 6 o'clock Eastern. We're going to talk about life more. For those of you who are still new or their first time here, please click the follow button. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. And I look forward to having more conversations with each and every single one of you. I'm just not even going to bother with that comment. We're just going to keep it moving. So have a good night, everybody. Peace, love, and blessings. Talk to you in the Twitch streets later at Snakey the Legend and also tomorrow. Take care, everyone. What is happening right now? Thank you, Apple.